Yeah, even
Yeah.
the Hoodwink is a hero that they haven't flexed it in competitive yet, but we actually SVG has been spamming it in pubs. This is one of his go-to heroes to play when he does pub, which is not super frequently. He's pretty disciplined when it comes to pubs, which is I think a good habit to have. He plays like 3 a day max. He doesn't do the crazy grind and lose his mind. But also MSS, of course, we've seen him play this Hoodwink hero. So yeah, this is a totally different Quincy crew. I actually in the predictions actually put them over EG just because it feels like in this season they've been on another level, and I hope to see that tested when they actually do play against EG.
It's got to make it hard for EG to study up on Quincy and prep for them. It doesn't seem like anything is kind of a guarantee. It seems like they're almost
Yeah,
more reactionary to who they're going against, or maybe they're just feeling confident they'll try out something a bit different. But like I said, I'm curious what we're going to see from them when they do decide to go, or when they do go against EG and Undying. And now it's
I
Tiny.
can't wait to see the whole lineup to understand why Treant Protector was picked, because the hero just has not. I've not seen it in one game of the NADPC that we've been covering, at least. Viper, I mean, it wasn't picked into Viper. Viper was picked after, but obviously owns living armor. Maybe they want to protect their towers a little bit better. I don't know, man. Like, there's got to be a reason for Tree.
they're actually doing the strat. Tiny picks up trees. He is also a tree destroyer.
That's true.
We have 3 heroes that all abuse trees.
Oh boy, Nature's Prophet has to be
Team
next.
deforestation under full effect here.
Yeah.
We just got to keep that going.
But you have to make sure that you never get shard on Tiny, because you want to be able to pick up more than one tree throughout the rest of the game, because you just stop doing that at a certain point.
Of course. Pick up the Aghanim Scepter so you can deforest even
Oh,
quicker.
even better.
Yeah.
But make sure you don't have any damage items when you get that Aghanim Scepter, like you saw in the other game.
That's always good. That always
Just
is really
build
good.
Echo Saber slow. Man, that's value for 4,200 gold.
Oh my god. I just want to see their team fight break out, and they're just having internal lore team, like, just drama, throwing trees, cutting trees, Treant Protectors crying, "Why are you throwing my family?" Could just be really a unfortunate dramatic scene.
Wind
for the
Ranger
Zoomers
mimics.
lineup.
I mean, she uses trees at least, but doesn't destroy them necessarily. I mean, if you shackle, no, that doesn't destroy a tree either. But if they just, I don't know how I feel. But what do you guys think about the fact that Hoodwink, if you destroy the tree, the stun goes away, but Shackle Shot from Wind Ranger does not? It's like complete opposite interaction.
That's kind of bullshit. I would agree.
Oh my god!
They are doing it! It is full tree lore in effect for 4 Zoomers! When the playbook doesn't work, you throw it out and you make a new one up. It's time to go all in for the trees.
No.
What the hell? We have to figure out what the final one is. They're just looking to go for Reddit page at this point. This is not for real.
This is the first time this has ever happened. Our stupid draft predictions never come true. It's actually happened.
I'm a genius.
Okay,
What's
all right.
left? What is
Let's
left?
think. Oh my god, that would be the last hero.
Bat
I
Rider.
think. He destroys trees.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the next big B meta hero
Who
as
is
well,
it?
so look
Let's
out.
think.
I mean, it's got to. I mean, does Sammy Boy play Nature's
Get the hero
Prophet?
list. What's the tree hero? Oh my gosh.
Not really.
Does Gunner play Nature's Prophet? He plays Tiny.
Not
So I was
really.
expecting this to be a mid-Tiny. But
Husky plays Nature's Prophet,
okay, so support Nature's Prophet. So you need a position 1.
but then
that
you're
uses
tree 4.
trees.
Okay. No. I think it will be a position 1 Nature's. Given the Tiny, given the, I think they need a 4. They need a 4 or a
Yeah.
mid. I think it's probably Gunner mid Tiny. Maybe it's Ocean. Who knows? These two supports together seem kind of sus. Tree Tiny. That seems pretty bad.
Yeah.
Because of course Tiny picks up trees and Treant Protector doesn't like that. That's the reason it's desynergistic, of course.
They're taking a page out of Quincy Crew's book. I mean, last game they picked 4 heroes that countered Brood, and it worked quite well. And they picked 4 heroes that are countering the very feared Hoodwink, gentlemen. Look out.
I like how Brood was also just totally ignored. It's like, forget that. That didn't work. Both teams are just done with it.
So Monkey King can jump on the Hoodwink tree when she spawns it. That could be pretty good.
Okay.
Monkey King
Of course, for
on
Zoomers,
trees.
even though there's a Bat Rider on the enemy team, which is the hardest counter in the entire game to the Monkey King.
Doesn't matter. You
Lit-
stick with your strategy. all
Yeah,
right?
of course, it's a given.
Oh man, is there something I'm forgetting?
I'm
This is
literally
where I
looking at the
feel
hero list
sad
to see if
not
there's more
having
tree
the hero
heroes. That are
list.
missing.
Yeah, I know.
I
There's
don't think
gotta be
there
one.
is.
They only have 3 seconds. They have to have it already lined up. 3 seconds.
right,
They were
Quincy
talking
Crew.
about this
Three-
stupid idea.
4 Zoomers. What do you have planned? It's all going to come together. This absolute mess of a draft will come together with this last pick. You'll see.
I mean, still Beast is a tree destroyer, so you could still go with that. He's the lumberjack.
All right, we got a Luna. So it's been interesting. Is that going to be so? It is going to be an LOA 5-position hoodwink this time. Well, I imagine MSS is playing the Knicks off lane.
I think offlane Viper,
or
probably
offlane
mid bat.
And then we have the man who
Really?
controls time. You know, he can accelerate, deaccelerate, tree growth with time. I don't know. I'm reaching for this one, gentlemen, but still a fun 4 picks before that. The draft is complete. I know it's not much time to think about it, but if you had to give your first thoughts, Jenkins, what would they be?
I think this is a great bat game. He's going to feed on the natures, and I don't think Void does anything against Viper. Viper destroys him in lane. Gonna go Quincy.
Suns, ban.
Quelling Blade for Sammy Boy. That brings it all together, gentlemen, for a Quincy Crew victory. Good game.
All right, we go to break. When we come back, we've got Lyrical and we've got Aui to help break this draft and game down. We throw it their way with the Observer Pop-Tart.
Welcome back, Dota fans. It has been a lot of series played between these two teams. 13, excuse me. Knoxville gave me the stat, and I just can't read, apparently. Throughout the lifetime of these two teams facing off against each other. But Aui, I always felt like Quincy Crew is like the older brother to Zoomers. You know, I feel like the players are kind of friendly with each other. It feels like there's a healthy rivalry that exists there. But Quincy Crew keep on coming out on top. It happened again last game. What you thinking here?
Well, first of all, I want to say I also can't read. I've just memorized what words look like. I'm pretty convinced at this point. But yeah, no, Quincy Crew. The thing about this team is they've been so dominant in NA since the first major after TI9, I think, when they. And I think the only teams that took best of 5s off them were Zoomers and Play for Fun.
Right.
And so like. Yeah, they are the big brother to Zoomers, but like Zoomers at times they've been like encroaching on the heels of Quincy Crew. And honestly, these two teams they always provide good games because Zoomers their playstyles in their name, you know, they try to zoom, and Quincy Crew are also like I think in terms of like how like I don't know what the like I always hate the term fast, but Quincy Crew are like supposed to be the fastest team in NA. Like EG's probably the best team in NA. Like results wise, because Quincy Crew would have been first, but they didn't have Mojo.
Of course, yes.
Yeah,
that's very true.
But Quincy Crew generally play a faster style than them.
Okay. Well, and it's something to watch for here as well. We talked about the tree stats that were coming out earlier. We got the 4 tree-oriented heroes, and apparently it's been picked 3 times before in Pro Dota, and all of them have been losses. Oh, that feels bad. Zenith, Alliance, and Hellraisers, but now trying to break the streak for Zoomers, hoping to win with what has never been won with before.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I think their draft is pretty decent. I think the Faceless Void pick, if he were to just go safe lane, like Zoomers just automatically lose this game, but they're doing the smart thing, right? They're going to pair the Void against the Bat Rider mid, and they're going to put the Nature's Pulse against the Viper.
Okay. I mean, do you think that they're going to give that to them on Quincy Crew? It looks like it, I guess. Quinn's already heading mid. That is kind of cool.
I'm wondering if they're going to do the lane shenanigans, right?
Right.
But I think, like, Viper has boots, actually. So they might... Because I was thinking, like, Viper's really slow, and I don't know if you want to do that against a Furion, because he can just TP around, he gets level 2, he just starts steeping, right? Usually Furion wins in the shenanigans, just like the old Chen. But with boots on Viper, maybe, I can see it.
Is that going to hurt his laning stage at all if he does end up in sort of a static lane?
Yeah, honestly, like, at first, I like the draft for Quincy Crew, but if they match up Furion versus Viper and Void versus Bat Rider successfully, like, I can really see 4 Zoomers having an advantage in this game.
Okay.
Viper is terrible versus Furion in lane.
Right. I mean, it does feel like you said that they're sort of prepping for it. They'll want to get those boots. As we can see Ocean here scouting out the rune and going to go try for a quick grab. Gets it. Easy peasy. Zoomers.
That's a nice snipe.
Find themselves a couple, and MSS is going to get pummeled by Ocean a bit here. So we'll see if they get this matchup. It looks like, yeah, Leslau's just coming to lane with his boots against Gunnar. And, I mean, we'll see if they switch it up at all or not.
I could be wrong with the Fear and Viper matchup. I'm thinking about it more. Like, Viper just takes his W and spams a wave in. Maybe it's not as bad as before. I know before, like, Fury would dumpster this hero. So I'm sort of interested to see how bottom goes. He has a boots, too, which makes it so Treant can't just, like, walk up and kill him. But I'm pretty sure bot should go bad for Quincy Crew.
Can't you just outlast hit him? Probably with the treants, I would imagine.
You can, but like, look at these treants. He just fed 2 treants.
Oh, that's
the Nanotoxin does a lot of damage. Like normally, what would happen is Furion's also a lot weaker in lane than he used to be. I think his treants are like half the damage as like the original OP laning Furion.
Right.
So we'll see if that has any effect. Ooh, the Blightstone making him miss an last. He's not used to having that. The mid player.
Oh yeah, doesn't know how to deal with it. I will say that the other thing that's going to be interesting to watch here is like, at the very least, it's not going to probably be as bad of a shellacking as it would have been if you would have just had Bat versus Nature's Prophet or something.
Yeah, no. If they had faced this Void down here and Bat, I mean, I think Nature's Prophet is fine mid versus Bat. I could be wrong. I feel like Bat Rider doesn't really win any lanes. Like you just sort of CS and you don't really try to kill. But yeah, bot lane would have. If you put Faceless Void Treant versus Viper's like Hoodwink, like you're not even gonna get to play Dota, I think.
Right.
And Quincy Crew, they're doing good. They've secured every range creep in this lane. Like Furion has a couple denies, but this is looking fine for them.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting one to watch. Up top, things getting a little bit wild between Brax and Ocean playing against LOA and
What
UR.
is happening up here?
I mean, they got some weird lane shenanigans. It's a Timber Saw. The Tiny was trying to get the pull back the other direction. Nyx as a 5 also just feels kind of weird to me. I don't know how you feel about it, but it's great against Timber.
It's a play for the game type hero, right? Like the lane might not be as strong,
right?
But definitely very strong in the game. He's one of the supports that can sort of run in. It's very rare for a 5 to be able to do that. I think in Europe we've been seeing a lot of like Dark Willow who sort of does the same thing. Like these like high power supports who are hard to kill in the mid game. And one thing though is that Luna is actually very good versus Timbersaw. Ooh, a bit early on the Spike Carapace from LA there. Did Brax fake the animation? Oh, the neutral creep gets it.
I mean, he's going to be gone for a while. There's a huge creep wave coming in. That's actually...
Yeah, Ocean can hold it for him.
Okay.
I think he will.
Right.
He should just pull it. He should pull it around the tower. I think he can hold it in front of the tower, but I think the next style play here was just to like do the equivalent of the pose that they do around the tower. Because if you hold it here, like, yeah, he took like a soul worth of damage here. But it's worth it, right? Like, Timbersaw needs the CXP.
The other thing is, like, if he misses that pull, though, then things get really weird. Because you have one coming into your tower and then the other one afterwards.
True. Yeah. Oh, and he Brax rewards him by bringing him the solve, though, so that's nice.
Nice. All right, well, regardless, Brax will get a big wave underneath his tower.
Yeah.
The
I think
TP coming
Brax
in.
needs to just pull this into his tower, though. He shouldn't try to hold it in
Sammy,
front. Like,
mid. MSS makes the rotation. Ocean can't get there in time, but wants to clean up on a Quinn. Can he get in range? Oh, the bushwhack. Oh, MSS keeping Quinn alive. Did that rotation just a little bit earlier.
Yeah, that's such a good rotation because it's so unexpected. I mean, like I said, Bat Rider doesn't really play for kills in lane, and I love how like I just say things and they're just instantly wrong. But yeah, no, that's a really good rotation.
Well done.
Because like the thing about Void versus Bat Rider mid is like in my head, like Void has no pressure on Bat Rider. Like Bat will win the CS war, but Void is like supposed to be like good in game versus him theoretically, right? Like you have the second spell stops Bat Rider from sticking people.
Right. Ooh, Sammy.
Sandboy, I don't think you should jump for the Sandboy. Okay, yeah, good choice by him.
Man, backs away. It's a little bit
Quinn's
too
gonna
scary.
get both. Oh no, okay. They got the water room bottom with Tiny. That's very crucial.
Coming and contesting that one. Don't want to give it away for free. He's actually queuing up a bottle on Tiny right now, and they've transitioned now into 3 heroes bottom, trying to deal with this Viper. After Brax got that huge creep wave, he's level 4. They feel a little bit more comfy with him just staying in lane alone.
Yeah, and you can tell they thought about this game plan, right? Like the Timbersaw is a hero, as you said, like he's very comfortable alone. But also the enemy picked like this ranged offlaner who's very susceptible to ganks. I think Tiny can just. I mean, he's going mid right now, so again, like I say things and they don't come true. But like Tiny should be looking at bot. Oh, he's steeping in.
And Gunnar actually, I mean, Gunnar dies to that one. An Avalanche looking for a toss back, but is there anybody to toss back into? MSS pulled underneath the tower and still getting the Nature's Grasp damage. All right, the tree hurting the Hoodwink that time. Like,
good turnaround. I think that was like a snowball from the mid lane, right? Like this good gank by MSS made it so that Batrider had pressure. They're going on bottom for a sec here. He doesn't have any mana though.
And also going
There's
up
one
top.
mango on Treant for Tiny.
And Leslau gets the kill. Nicely played by Ocean.
Good comms and teamwork there. The Treant had to mango the Tiny there in order for him to have mana, and that's like purely a play off comms, right? Like that doesn't happen in your pubs because you don't say I have a mango for you. Oh,
Brax will go down up top. I mean, that was the thing, is they were able to get away with Brax, but then he's already a little bit low going into the pressure coming from a Luna Nyx assassin who's level 4. It's scary.
I feel a little bit like it was greedy from Brax. Like he bought the Soul Ring. Soul Ring is like the only item in Dota that actually makes you weaker in lane because it takes away your HP. I feel like if you're trying to 1v2 after you've been given a start, you should just like tank up. Like he should have just bought a Bracer Wand and an extra Solve, and like there's no way they can kill this hero. All he has to do is like be able to stay in this lane. Luna is good in lane versus Timbersaw. You have magic damage, you have high damage to last hit, and you have the potential to take Eclipse and kill him later on. But I think with the start Brax had, we actually should have seen him do better than he is in this lane.
Ocean gonna die in the mid lane now. Is Quinn? Ooh, yeah, they will get the final touch there.
How dare you contest a rune versus Quinn Callahan?
He's too scary on this Batrider.
And again, like, what rune do you want? Oh, I need to use my last. I want an Arcane rune. And RNG's just rewards Quinn Callahan.
Yeah, uses Lasso, gets it back up again really soon here afterwards. So we do have 2-4, 1,000 gold lead into the favor of Quincy crew. Things looking pretty solid, but at the same time, you have some sort of things to hang your hat on for Zoomers. Brax is almost up to level 6 now. Your Faceless Void, though he did die, is like not absolutely in the dumpster right now. He's definitely behind the Batrider, but it feels like they're playing for those big ultis to come online and, coming back here, harassing the Luna. There's little things that are looking okay for him.
For sure. And I mean, personally, like, I get to say stuff like playing calmly, not having to play Dota with full vision bot lane for a second. Hold that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, they
That's
kill
a
quick.
yikers. Like, in my head, like, Tiny should be bottom, and this Viper shouldn't be able to touch any creeps, and Furion should be absolute freefarm.
Right.
Because, like, if I'm Tiny, like, I can't... Like, I don't add any pressure to top lane. Like, Timbersaw will kick out any hero that comes here. Mid's not a kill. The only place I have left to go is bot lane. And what we want to happen is have our Furion hit 6 uncontested, so we can ulti and we can kill the Batrider. But, like, the flow of events is bad. Oh, Timber's uncontested, but Quincy crew, they make the good moves, right?
Avalanche tries to bring him down. Toss back. Yeah, they're still living there. And, well, Ocean, we've seen this one before from him. We got killed this time up top. But it does keep alive the Timber.
That's pretty acceptable. Like, I'm talking about pressuring the Viper and helping Furion. But he actually knows that, like, if Batrider TPs, his Timber's in threat of dying. I'm personally, like, I'd prefer to force the plays on bottom and let Timber try to, like, outskill the Batrider TP, like try to like pressure, and as soon as you think he's TPing, you back off. But I can see the route now. Like it's a viable path.
Right.
It's just something I didn't see that at all, to be honest. The problem here though is that like I feel like this Viper went boots first into like a counter pick, and I'm not liking it. Like I'm not liking Furion's net worth compared to his. He's still ahead, but I feel like he should be way more ahead.
And he just keeps on getting found.
Yeah.
There's no save right here. In some trouble, TPing out, not gonna happen. I hear what you mean, because it feels like the avenues that Timber has to escape are like much more than a Nature's Prophet. Like he's just gonna try and waddle away or TP. And now,
they're snowballing.
Dude, Leslau is just on one right here on this Viper off lane. He is absolutely wrecking.
It's not like so much about the kills themselves. It's about like if Furion's having a lot better the game than Viper, he can kick him out of lane. And then if Viper's having a lot better lane, apparently they just keep killing him. I didn't really know that would happen. But like, you have this like pressure on bot lane. Like before, like you have this like good lane top. You have like a Void who's just gonna farm mid. So like you need pressure on your bot lane in order to play the map as 4 Zoomers. But instead, like, yeah, you can TP Furion in top and take this tower, but I don't know how good this feels.
Oh my god. And now Sammy goes down as well. Quinn is just a menace on this Batrider, running everywhere, and Mojo able to get involved with the sharpshooter.
Yeah, it's honestly Mojo, right? Like he's making his hero like when he played it versus a cut. Like it looked really underwhelming. Yeah, honestly, it looked really bad. But honestly, they probably weren't trying that game. But Like, he looks really good this game. Like, what has he done this game? He's TP mid, he's killed. He set up every kill for the Viper. He's killed, like, the Void twice now. Like, that's huge impact. And when I look at this hero, I'm like, why is this hero ever better than Lina?
No.
I'm starting to learn.
As Gunner's dead again. Sorry, I just they keep on finding these kills.
Stuff just keeps happening. I'm missing it. Like, I have full vision and I can't see. Like, Quincy are just making these plays so fast. And a Timbersaw team at bottom, but I don't know if this is the area you want to be on the map is Timber. Like, they're gonna dive him.
Well, Ward doesn't have Eclipse. 3 points up in Beam, but none of that. Just all about the farming for the moment.
I'm actually pretty surprised they didn't go for that. They should have called that the Faceless Void uses TP to mid.
Right.
And I don't think, like, if Furion's dead, like, I don't think they can fight. But again, like, it's a Timbersaw. As you said, they don't have Eclipse. And more than that, you don't even need to die this guy to get the tower. The thing that Four Zoomers need to do is they need to get this Faceless Void involved. He's like, you're the carry, but you're also the mid hero. You have like the highest levels. Like, theoretically, you have the most resources on the map to do something. So he just smoking him now, but I think it's a bit too late.
They need to get somebody doing something because it feels like Zoomers just haven't been playing Dota over the last couple of minutes. They've just been getting picked off left, right, and center. And this rotation, if it works, is really good. Sammy moving down here.
Quinn uses TP to mid.
Chrono, it's available. Leslau off in the trees, wants to find him. Good bushwhack there, and also eyes on Luna. Toss forward, okay. A play, Chrono's gonna come out. Nice combo there with the Chakra Mat as well. Can they find enough damage to get the kill on Yuar? It's not quite there, but they finally get it. Overwhelm afterwards. Husky trying to back away. They're bringing a ton of damage onto Sammy, but he's able to live through it. That tree armor doing a little bit of extra value, and now Quinn is in there deep as well. Ocean tries to back away, barely living, but eventually will be brought down. So the rotation connects and NP pushing at the same time on the top.
Really good play from Four Zoomers. Quinn actually uses TP and Firefly at mid lane, so they knew to commit. Oh, is Quinn going down here?
His turnaround, a chance. Oh, time dilation slow in the DOT. Is it going to be enough? Yes, actually TP home. Warwick, like he gets him. Gunner comes in at the end. I missed you mid, but I got you in bottom. Nice kill.
That's a huge kill for them. They really needed that kill on this Batrider. He was really getting out of control. And they killed both the cores on Quincy crew. That's a big swing. I mean, they're still behind this game, and now they don't have the cooldown, so it's about like surviving this next round of like the Quincy crew onslaught. But those are some good plays. Oh no.
Again, so quickly. Like,
I think this is like the 6th or 7th time this series that like Quincy crew, they chain their kills really well for Zoomers. I think like it's hard to avoid these kills, and like it's weird because like you can't just all sit in your fountain, right?
Of course.
Like, you have to take some risk in Dota. But, oh, bottom. Oh
my god. That was so close.
That was really close. Yeah. Honestly, I think... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he had him. But, yeah, he got that fade approach. He moves so fast right now when Firefly's active. Almost 500 MS. And it's so hard to play the map. I mean, like, as I was saying, like, Four Zoomers, you can't sit in base when the enemy's, like, when you're down heroes. But you need to find a way to, like... reduce how much of the map you're losing, or sorry, not reduce how much of the map, reduce the amount of heroes you're losing, because like you're playing risky to sort of get more of the map while you have dead heroes, but if you lose another hero, like it's just compounded, right?
Yeah, it's worse.
Like it's paid back with interest. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, Faceless Void, he has his Maelstrom, his farm will start to pick up, but Luna actually, I think she's the fastest farming, one of the fastest farming carries this patch. So she did go more into Beam, which makes her farm a little bit slower, but yeah, no, I expect this Luna to be very, very fat this game.
Got a deep ward in here. We'll see if they can contest that farm or if Quincy crew have an inkling that something's going on. LOA actually checking this spot, doesn't find any. And that
Quinn's
might signal to them that there's some, good vision there. Oh, Sammy, he cut down the tree as they threw out the acorn shots. That's something to watch for here as well. If you can cut the tree before the bushwhack comes in. As Quinn goes down to Gunner. They managed to find that down bottom. Yeah. I mean, if they lose Brax here, this is fine. He's TPing out, trying to survive. Didn't stick first, but I don't know if it would have mattered.
Yeah, very, very good reaction from Four Zoomers. Honestly, uncharacteristic misplay by Quinn. He actually died to this ward to the Furon on his last death because he was in the fog and Furon hit him. So he actually should have known there was a ward there. And then he sort of like camped under that ward trying to salve a Furon and died to the same ward. Sometimes it's like it looks obvious to the observer, but like there's so many things going on in Dota, it's not that easy to see. And the other thing I want to mention is I really like Husky's tree build. I think I seen some trends they max this first spell, and this spell doesn't scale at all. Like maxing the second and third spell is really strong in this hero right now.
Oh, bushwhack. And Quinn comes in again. They get the quick and easy blow up. Ocean also dies to the Luna at the same time. So a couple of pretty high value kills. Quinn's just been an assassin this game. I don't know.
He's just casually walking this interesting farm and like some bonus kill walks in, huh?
Yeah.
It's like, that's a good feeling. I must say, like, I really like how 17-3.
That's the Yawar's Luna rating right now. He's only lost against EG Beast Coast and one other.
I mean, honestly, I'd believe it. This guy's a beast on this type of hero. Like the heroes that can they can come to fights, but they also farm really fast and scale. Like that's a Yawar special. This guy is like I've worked with a lot of the best Dota players in the world, honestly, but he's like one of the most intuitive players that I've ever like talked to. He's really impressive if you talk to him about Dota. Oh no, Gunner.
Dude, they showed up. They wanted that kill, but MSS was already in the area, and then Boots of Travel, and he just blows up. The Quincy crew were ready for that one. I mean, even though there's this great ward here, which is scouting it out, they just can't move quick enough.
Yeah, it's just so hard to push forward on the map. Like, what's their team fight, right? Like, their team fight is this one Chronosphere, but
he doesn't have a defense. Avalanche tries to interrupt, tries to get out of there. Break, jumps away. That keeps him alive. Yeah, their team fight keeps on having to like farm because they need the damage.
Exactly. Like it's like it's not even just that. It's like, yeah, he can chrono, but it's hard to get high priority kills with the Chronosphere. And like if you chrono a bad hero, then Quincy are just gonna run you over to the next 3 minutes. Like it's such a long cooldown, right? But Husky with the 6 setup.
Oh, turn around, tries to get this one. MSS gets the jump out afterwards with the sharpshooter, kind of cool. Bushwhack afterwards, onto 2, and now Quinn coming around through the trees, tries to find the finish. Gunner goes down again. Can they kill off MSS even? They will bring him down, but Quinn might clean up, and Leslau and LOA moving in afterwards. They get the impale onto Sammy, and just clean execution coming from the crew.
Man, it was such a good idea for the Treant, you know? He sneaks around the trees, they TP heroes in, but just such a fast reaction for Quincy crew. Like, they don't have... The other thing with this Chronosphere is, like, what's their damage in Chrono, right? Their damage is like a Timbersaw ulti. Like, even if he wanted to Chrono or cooldown to get kills, like, it's like... Void is a strong hero. When you can push forward on the map, you're hard to kill because you're really tanking with your first spell. And every time you see a hero, you just chrono and kill him. And like you can just use all cooldown. It shrinks the map for an opponent while also like Void is the hardest scaling late game hero, right? Like 7 slots for 7 slots. I think Void wins for pretty much any carry.
Well, Batiai might have something to say about that, but you know, that's fine
true.
also.
what went into Batiai?
I think it was ET for one of them, definitely. I don't remember the most recent one as
fake news.
Ocean just goes down.
I think the other thing I want to mention is I really like Mojo's Hoodwink build. I think this makes sense with the hero. I've been seeing a lot of Yo's rushes, and I'm like, this is so mediocre. Like, you're picking this hero, and he's like a bad Lina. But if you go Veil, all of a sudden, you're like a hero with 3 spell damage nukes. I don't know if it amps Acorn Shot. Like, it amps like Quill Spray, but it doesn't amp like, I don't know, Sven Cleave or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know how it works, but like even just like the second spell and the ultimate are a lot of damage to Veil. It makes a lot of sense to me.
Well, and look at all the other heroes he's playing with too. That's the other part of it. It's just an amazing item right now.
It's just really good with this team. The other thing that this hero does really well as a 4 is actually, you're like a pseudo Treant Protector with this 1-point in Scurry. You can like just scurry around the trees and set up kills. So that's something he does really well, and we've seen that this game. Mojo set up a lot of plays this game.
Yeah. Having an absolute standout performance. Saw Gunner go down again up top, and now getting the Aegis on to Luna. Gonna go for that Hurricane Pike next. Maybe they can set up for a kill down here. You know, you mentioned one of the other things, like the damage they have to throw into Chrono. It's also recognizing this timing, right? Like, Brax still only has 1 point in Chakram. He just now hit level 12. Like, they were doing all of this when the like levels just weren't there for Zoomers, and they didn't have what they needed, and now they're playing a little bit more conservatively. They've got the Aegis on hand. They're playing really well on Quincy crew right here.
They are. It's very solid. Like, they won that teamfight bottom, but honestly, even if they lost it, I think they already had in their mind, like, the moment Faceless Void presses Chronosphere, we're just gonna go Roshan.
Right.
And then now you have this Aegis, and like, how do you Chrono now? Like, Luna's gonna frontline, and 1 second, they're going on Brax again.
Yeah, Bushwhack's got
Oh
him.
man,
no.
LOA.
Great stun. LOA connects. The toss is not going to stop the blood. 11,000 net
Oh no,
worth now,
Gunner's
and they're
getting TP'd
already
on
going
bottom.
again, dude.
Dude,
He's
Gunner-
not been able to play Dota. 2-8-2.
Gunner's
Oh,
8 TP scrolls.
What the hell?
Like, it's
All
not
right.
a good sign when, like, you know, sometimes I click my supports in pubs and they just have like 10 TP scrolls and you're just like,
Yeah.
alright. But when you're this is effectively a one Nature's Prophet, right? Like, he was safe lane. Like, and he's like, I think he's like the most, like, how do you say, like, the linchpin of for Zoomer's usual playstyle. Like, Gunner's making these flashy plays, making space, controlling the early mid game. Like, but he's not a Nature's Prophet. Like, it doesn't suit him. And, yeah, it's,
I mean, Aui, between all of their team, they have 18 TP scrolls. So
that's a lot of TP scrolls.
I think that it's.
Can you sell them?
No, you can't sell them. I don't
Okay.
think. That's the way back in, though. I like the thought.
Yeah. Like, if you just feed, like, 80 more times, you sell and you get a rate, you have a timing. Like, that's really good. That's really smart, honestly. I know you can
Best
drop
play.
them, because, like, I dropped them for my carry when I feed too much.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that one. I'll have to try that next time.
Yeah, next time we play, I'll make you buy me all the TP scroll.
I'm not buying anything. I'm just gonna get them. It's the new
You're gonna
buff
get
for me.
a Witch's Blade shard on Dark Terror and punch people.
Listen, that's the truth, okay? I won't hear any of it.
Yeah, and Yawer, he went for a Hurricane Pike, which, I'm not too sure about. I haven't seen this a lot. Honestly, his build feels... Normally his build would feel a little bit low damage, but there's just so much damage coming out from Quincy crew. So it probably feels like if he just tanks up with a spike and he can't die, like, what do they do?
Right. Well, and
So,
you also
I can
have,
see
like,
it.
the Veil, and he has a Solar Crest now done on Mojo, too.
True.
So these buffs are all there, and you can see anytime he just comes in, Ocean might just be in trouble again. Chase down. The Lucent Beam spam, it's not stopping. 4 steps forward, gets the kill with the sharpshooter, and Husky also in the firing squad as Batrider right on top of him, blows him up again. Execution.
This is high ground for Quincy crew. They have bots on Leslau to join it, and no, they don't want a high ground.
Interesting. Again, showing that respect. They know that's a way that you can throw this game away. Now, whether or not that would actually happen is maybe another question, but
I feel like this is too safe. I mean, I don't think Quincy crew really have, like, I thought this entire game will force Zoomer's win condition. I actually can't find it. Like, they need like 4 items on Faceless Void.
Right.
And even then, like how do you start the fight? Like, he has to get a good chrono off nothing. Like, Tiny has to jump, they overcommand Tiny, he gets a good chrono. But like Quincy crew, they have like this Nyx vision, they have this Batrider jump. Like, it's even if you have all the items on Faceless Void, like, I'm not too sure you outscale them in the same way. But like, I don't like if you're playing Luna, like, I think one of your strengths is like as soon as that tier 3 tower falls, like the glaives just destroy everything in the base.
Right.
You can't fight anymore. So I'm honestly really surprised that Yawer didn't go for it. I'm sure he has his reasons, and like I'm sure they're perfectly valid and correct.
They found
Sag.
Gunner again. That's the BKB TP out. Tries to do it
Oh, is he
again.
gonna
Round
ult?
2.
Oh, never mind.
No, he's
Good
he's
patience
never
for Quinn
gonna
there, though, right? Like, if he lassos him right away, then I think Gunner gets a TP off the remaining duration of BKB.
That's a good point, yeah.
I think it's actually an interaction I see happen in pubs. Like, people see people TPing, and they, like, instantly cancel the TP. Like, if you're TPing, you're self-stunned for 3 seconds. If you chill like Quinn did, like, you might get an extra bonus kill.
Okay. Well, a smoke up now to run back home and try and cross the map and maybe catch up to Yuar, who they know is going to be farming the Ancients.
This is honestly like a smoke to hide. Like,
Yeah.
like, you can go for Yawer here, but he has Aegis. You're not killing him twice with your heroes. And like, Leslau's bots, like, they're probably gonna catch Yawer here.
Timing, though.
His Aegis timed out.
Okay. All right. Sammy looking for an opening. Dude, he's so good, though. Yuar knows. Oh, he knew. And now trying to connect back up with his team, taking the safe path back around and connecting with them. Dude, they were so ready for that.
Wow. Nah, just... It's like not a smoke you would expect to, right? Like, they smoke from bottom and they're like just walked across the map trying to find anything. And like, it shows Zoomer's level of desperation, but at the same time, like, those are like the correct plays, right? Like, how do Zoomers win this game unless they get like these clutch plays?
Yeah, I mean, it's
just
really hard to figure
what
out
can
a
you
way
do,
to
right? Like, sometimes the enemy carry just reads you and you can't do
Oh.
anything.
Apparently 9 deaths at 20 minutes is the personal highest for Gunnar, surpassing his previous record of 8 when he was playing for Zugzwang. Do you know what that is?
What?
The team. Do you know what that word means though?
No, I don't know. Oh,
Ooh,
Chronosphere?
okay.
Kill Mojo, kill Mojo, kill Mojo.
Get him! Get that guy! The right click, they don't get one. LOA is instead who's going to fall, and now they pop the ulti afterwards. Quinn wanted to get a lasso out, not going to be able to connect. This is a long extended fight. Gunnar pops his BKB trying to live, but that's pulling him away. Leslo, godlike mega kill streak for Yawar as well as they run in. They will get out on Sammy. Ocean also able to escape, but Brax, he's the one left behind. And
What
that was an interesting chain. Gets him away. A chance, a hope, a dream. Lose the beam.
Oh, no
That's
vision.
not the time. Oh.
That was really good for 4 Zoomers. They traded, I'm going to call Gunnar the mid hero this game, because even, like, I think Phases was more of one. They traded, like, 1 support and 1 mid, and when you're behind, like, that's really good. The problem, again, though, is that they use Chronosphere, right? Like, the map is Quincy Cruz.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean... Yeah, this is a lot of deaths on the Nature Realm.
It's been a rough one. Yeah. The word, by the way, Zugzwang, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a chess term, which means a move where any move you make, or whoever makes the move is the one that's going to be in the losing position. That's a board state that they talk about, where if you make a move, whoever's turn it is going to be the one that's losing. As LOA getting punched down, Gunnar may bit off more than he could shoot, and he goes down again. Treant armor not enough to keep him alive. Luna is just too large. Leslau also, guys, now almost caught Ocean there. But
oh man, Skade on Luna. Like,
dude,
I talk about win condition. I'm not even seeing their kill condition on this Luna. You're just gonna get so buffed up. They have a Solar Crest on Mojo, as you mentioned before. Like, Batrider's gonna protect him with Lasso. Like, rough. Oh, and they're going to Sammy by bottom. Man, Quincy Crow are just everywhere. You play these guys.
These Boots of Travel are just gnarly. And, I mean, Sammy, he's gonna try and get out of there. They will manage to get the TP done, as Lasso is still on cooldown from the last time they killed the core. But it's looking rough.
Oh,
I mean,
Mojo with a nice setup to top.
Chance for a kill there. Ooh.
Okay. Yawar showed some mercy there. I think he thought Treant was dead to the sharpshooter. Like, I remember at the major, Quincy Crew, they drafted this DP offlane, and I forgot what Quinn was playing mid, but they both bought Boots of Travel as their first item. I think it was a Juggernaut carry, and like they just played the map, and they just won the game. Like, I was like, this is like super weird. They're investing so much money, but I think this Quincy Crew team, they have like some idea with this Boots of Travel item, and yeah, no, they're just. What can you do as Furion? Honestly, like they're just gonna hunt you.
There really is not a whole lot. But, I mean, and again, he sort of has to play in this position. You're trying to play for your Faceless Void to be the one, and he knows what he needs. Going for Moonshard Rapier. I'm down. Let's go. Well, yeah.
That's really smart. I like that.
Okay.
They need a kill condition on Luna, right? Like, the 2 highest damage items are Moonshard and Rapier, so...
Okay. He also does not have Butterfly.
Yeah.
Avalanche, interrupted.
Catching them though.
Yeah, Quinn's there. He's already caught him. Sammy trying to get the tree armor on, trying to keep him alive. Not gonna happen. MSS from downtown. Sharp shoots him, and now Brax in trouble. He's also gonna fall. 4 dead over the past minute or so. A 19,000 gold lead, and they spot Husky. Oh, LOA just barely on the outside of it. Yeah, and Sammy's like, good job, Husky. Way to live.
Good job.
You know, last game you said it was an outdraft. To me, or at least, how are you feeling about this one? Was it more outdraft or more outplay from what you've seen?
No, I think how 4 Zoomers set up their lane was good, but their follow-up was really bad, and it made their draft look bad. Okay. I think if this Tiny played around bottom, with the Timbersaw like being a bit less greedy in top, like we would have a completely different game. With that said, like I don't know, like the level of play that Quincy Crew are demonstrating this game is just really high. It's not easy to deal with.
Well, they're the best team in the world, right? So.
I mean, they would be, because yeah, they are, because they're Mojo back.
Exactly.
They're top 1 at the major. Oh, Yawar's actually a bit low. They can call him here.
Okay, hitting the real one. BKB out afterwards. Where's the follow-up? Gunnar moves in. They try and bring him down, and they'll get him. 800 gold going into the coffers of Sammy, trying to get towards that rapier. Right click's coming in now into LOA. Messes takes down Ocean. Buyback immediately. Can they find any more afterwards? Quinn, BKB, does have TP, getting his Blink Dagger broken. Trying to get it in time. Yeah, and he'll be able to get out of there. So they kill off Yuar. And this is Roche up.
Yeah, how dare you compliment Quincy Crew with me? You already know. And they found like their... Because we mentioned before in the cast, like, if you use Chronosphere and Quincy could get Roshan, then, like, you're screwed on your next Chronosphere. But if they can get Roshan, that means when they don't have this Chrono... Oh, Quincy are contesting this. Oh, Yaoer buys back.
3v5 trying to do a bushwhack connect. They caught Sammy, bringing him down. Oh, Gunnar wants the Aegis so badly, but he dies. And Quinn, Avalanche toss, Ocean coming in, trying to salvage everything. Is it going to be enough? Brax runs through it all. They're able to get the shard onto Luna. Now Brax getting ran down. The Aegis was for Quinn. It was looking good for a moment, but only a moment. Oh, that hurts. Did they get anything? Did they even get cheese?
Tiny,
wow.
Maybe they got cheese. I don't see. Oh, no. Batrider got the cheese too.
They got the Roche kill at least.
Sorry, the Viper got the cheese. They got the Roche kill. Very big.
And they did buy back on Luna, but...
That's true. I mean, hypothetically, you have a win condition right now, but, like, we're about to see, like, the Luna and base at work, right? Like, he's just gonna hit through these towers. He just pinged Throne, I think.
Yeah, no buybacks. They know that you know, this is cleanup territory here. Maybe a little bit of discussion about whether Throne or not.
Quinn pinged the Throne, but Yaoer is he's a reserved man. He wants to play for the Raxes.
Right.
It's not like a terrible decision, to be honest. I think technically, yeah, he doesn't have buyback, so like technically going for a Throne might be risky. But
well, not anymore.
You can just kill them and then go Throne.
Buyback. Chrono in 20. Can they defend? It's looking rather difficult. Quinn right here at 10, 3, and 23 on the Batrider. As the Luna Glaives are bouncing, not that many places to look. Oh, Gunnar, he's down low. Gunnar is going to fall. The buyback, but Sammy's already gone. No Chronosphere casted. The Zoomers are going to fall here as GG is called. They get one last punch down as Gunnar trying to TP out, but he too will... Oh, he actually lives for the first time this game. Never mind. Ultra kill for Yuar as Quincy Crew will take the series 51-12. Oof.
Yikers. If you get behind on against Quincy Crew, the map becomes legit impossible to play. This team is so good at catching people, and they're just so oppressive. Like, Quinn's score looks good. It's a solid score, but I don't think it tells a full story about like the amount of impact in terms of gold that he took away from 4 Zoomers just by playing the way he did is like way more than his scoreline says. And his scoreline's great anyways, right? So
yeah. I mean,
it's rough.
I think that they just came in with a pretty clear game plan and like getting those bots so early in on the Batrider, and then just, you know, from the whole time it was devastating. I am curious to see sort of, you know, where Zoomers go from here. This has got to be a bit of a disappointing result for them. I felt like, you know, particularly in season 1, it felt like they were maybe going to be in contention for some of those top slots. And they've fallen a bit by the wayside. I still think that they're a really solid team, and there's still, you know, a ton of potential for growth, but definitely a little bit disappointing in this one for them.
Yeah, for sure. Especially after 4 Zoomers, like I think before this DPC started, like they beat Quincy Crew in that best of 5. Like they were looking like on the up and up, like to a really solid team. Like I'm not, like obviously I can't speak to what's happening to them internally, but in the past what I've seen is like, sometimes this happens to team. Like you get in a rut. Sometimes it's psychological. Sometimes it's like just one concept of Dota you have is wrong, and it's just changing. It's making your view of the game make you look really bad. But I really do hope like they find a way to like stick together and figure it out. You know, like sometimes it's not that complicated. Like it'll be one small thing and it'll get a lot better really fast. Because all of them are really good players. Like I truly believe that. And Quincy Crew, they just look on another level, right?
Totally. I think Quincy Crew look really amazing. And I think it's also worth remembering, too, that Zoomers have played at this point, e.g. Undying and Quincy Crew. So it only gets better from here, if that's something to look at. I think that series against Simply Two Base is going to be really good to watch. And for Quincy Crew, they got a couple of those big matches coming up as well. So a lot of things to look forward here to in the NADPC. For now, we're going to go to a quick break. When we get back, the panel's going to break it all down. Let us know what they thought about the series and, confirm the claim that this is indeed the best team in all of Dota 2 because we're just going to keep riding that
Would've
train.
won the major.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in a few. See you then.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Quincy Crew fans, rejoice. The streak continues for them. For 4 Zoomer fans, unfortunately, they will be falling short, it looks like, against the big 3 again here for season number 2. I welcome back Jenkins and Suns fan to the post-game panel now to help me break it down, as they say. Suns fan, how do you break down a game like that?
Shellacking. Leslau went absolutely ham on Viper. Quinn on Batrider as well. Between the two of them, they killed Gunner about 1 billion times. I think he had 10 deaths by 23 minutes, and at that stage, he was still the most farmed hero for 4 Zoomers. I don't know what it is. 4 Zoomers just have not looked good this season. I mean, they're going to continue on to next season, it feels or looks like, because they can't get bottom 2 anymore, but maybe they just haven't figured out the patch. I don't know what's happening. They do not look like themselves. And then from Quincy Crew's side, they've just picked up where they left off. They look crisp and toasty, gentlemen.
I would agree. I think Aui, the word that he used was perfect. This oppressive is a great word for Quincy Crew. While possibly EG might be the better team, we'll see when that series comes. But you might argue EG is the better team. Still, it looks like Quincy is by far the most oppressive team. Like, this team takes a lead. They're across the map in different formations. Sometimes they'll send the 2 supports and the offlaner to kill you. Sometimes it'll be Quinn killing you. Sometimes it'll even be Yawar killing you solo in his triangle with Luna, who's trying to farm ancients. Like, I mean, obviously that was kind of a weird case, but still, Yawar gets involved. They all get involved. They break up their heroes in really interesting ways across the map where you just feel like you can't get anything without fighting them, but you don't want to fight them because you're behind. So what do? You just lose. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's just looking like Quincy Crew are coming back into season 2 at a better form somehow, than what they've shown from season 1. They've learned a lot, obviously, from the major, and obviously bringing in something new. Mojo, who was not there at the major, the second time now we're seeing that Hoodwink come out. It's a lot of fun. Very curious to know whether that is something that should be feared for opponents in the future of Quincy Crew, or if it's something that they're just happy to pull out when the confidence is kind of there to pair with it. And yeah, I'm with you, Suns fan. It's hard to tell right now what is missing there for 4 Zoomers. I imagine it's a bit on the strategy and drafting end, and then being able to just kind of follow through with the execution. I mean, that makes it sound like it's a little bit of everything, but maybe that is what it is. We do have a winner's interview after all. What? Water? I know. That caught me off guard a bit. It's Jenkins with the water. It must be a clear diet soda, I think is what it is. Clear crystal diet. But we do have a winner's interview. Let me go ahead and bring on none other than Mr. Mojo himself to come and speak for the team. Do we have Mojo ready? Yes, we do. GG's, Mojo. Welcome to the broadcast from the great darkness beyond. We only see a black screen, but can you hear me? All right, we can't hear or speak. All I see is the darkness of my soul. There it is. It's Mojo. Sun chat on the screen now. Okay, what's up, Mojo? GG's, my man, on the win over 4 Zoomers. First thing is first, we have to settle the question. Quincy Crew, they would have won the major had you been there, right?
I don't know about winning, but I think we would have done a lot better. I think we would at least got in top 8, like easily, maybe top 6.
Aui, of course, Curtis, professional commentator, as you may know here, had that to say a lot. But he also had a lot of harsh things to say about you. He says that you're one that can kind of take the shit. What does that mean, Mojo? What does Aui mean by that? Is there envy there at all? What's going on?
Huh? I mean, I don't know, man. Curtis is just a hater. I'm watching some of these vibes. I just hear him talking shit. I don't know what I did.
I just
I
wanted
don't
you
know
to
what
have
I
a
did to
fair
him.
chance to defend yourself because he's over here putting you on blast. And
Nah, I
we're
mean,
just seeing you
he's
pull
right
out.
about that though. He's right. I do be taking shit sometimes, but I'm used to it. You know,
His
I
day will
DC.
come. All right, good shit, good shit. We do have, of course, Jenkins and Suns fan here to blast you with some, brain blaster questions. So, all right, Jenkins, have at it.
I did actually quickly just write a quote that Aui said during the cast. He said, quote, kill Mojo, break, please kill Mojo. That's a quote from him. So, yeah, he's a big fan. If you want me to contact BTS HR, let me know. I will get on that. But last time we interviewed you, you said you don't know what Hoodwink's role is in the game, or you weren't sure yet. And I'm wondering, can we get an update on what you think that hero's role is now that you've been playing it a bunch?
That's true. It's definitely a support. I think. I don't think it's a good core hero. I think it can be played both roles. I'm not sure. Like 4 or 5, but I mean, it feels good whenever I play it, like in pubs and in officials. So yeah, just playing more of the hero. I think it has potential. I think people are underestimating the hero.
Cool. Okay, so you guys aren't just like memeing these like second games, just testing the waters. You actually think it's good then?
Yeah, I mean, we're not
Cool.
memeing. I mean, if we're memeing, I would be asking for like Pudge. I mean, I don't even.
Cool.
I mean, that hero's not even a meme hero right now, to be honest. I would ask for
Hell
Tekken's
yeah,
if I was
dude.
Yeah, true
Hell yeah.
stuff.
Suns fan?
All right, I have a couple questions for you, Mr. MSS. First, would you have preferred? I mean, as the schedule has kind of come by, it's kind of like ramping up for you in terms of like competition. Would you have preferred to play like the EGs of the world, the Undyings, a little bit earlier, or are you happy with the extra prep time?
I think how it ended up is pretty good for us because I think we have a solid idea of what's like good in the patch now. I think if we ended up playing like EG or in Dying, like in the beginning of the patch, we might have like lost because we just like didn't figure out stuff yet. So I'm pretty happy that we get to play like the good teams towards the end. Because like a meta is like kind of established and like you kind of figure out what's good, what's bad, what counters like certain heroes. So I'm personally like happy with it.
Cool. Okay, second question. This is going to sound very generic, a very generic interview question, but it needs to be asked. How frustrating was it for you to not be able to go to the major? And were you in communication with the team, like during matches and stuff like that, or was it just letting them do their thing?
No, I didn't. I wasn't like talking. Like I was like occasionally saying stuff in like our WhatsApp group, but I pretty much didn't communicate with them while they're like doing their thing. Like it was just I didn't have much input of anything, and it really sucked. It sucks because like I'm just sitting at home and I'm like they should do a lot better. Like I know we're better than this. Like they're beating these teams, and I kind of wanted to see what we could have done if we're like the actual 5 roster.
That makes sense.
Yep. I mean, so far you guys are on pace for that opportunity to happen come second major. You guys are on a fantastic streak so far, maybe because of the schedule like you were talking about, but whatever the case may be, we are really looking forward to you guys eventually match up against the Undying, against the EG. So congratulations again, Mojo, and thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you.
Bye, Mojo. Bye, Blurry Mojo. Jesus Christ, I have to like see if I can see again. All right, there we go.
I wanted to
Wow.
keep going because eventually he would make us blurry. I'm pretty sure
It's like it'll just turn into a just total blob at that point. Yeah, good stuff. It is an interesting note about the schedule, and of course, you got to remember that in addition to the schedule, the patch being dropped right at the beginning of season 2, had it just been a schedule thing, things could have been different for a lot of these teams who probably felt more established on the previous patch. But now, we're probably looking at a situation where, yeah, a lot of the upper echelon teams are blessed with this schedule to kind of, learn things, adapt, and that really means, Jenkins, that come next week when these big teams face off, those matches are going to be that much better. They better be that much better because they've had all this time to prep.
Yeah, there's been a lot of sometimes a patch drops and not really that much changes, but with this one, a lot did actually change. Like I would say if you look at the off lane in particular, which is a very pivotal role in the game right now to do well, the off lane went from these like ranged Death Prophets and Lashraks and Razors to the polar opposite, which is these Centaurs, beefy frontliners. And so I think teams that were too slow on that change really suffered. You have heroes like Hoodwink that are now added to Captain's mode. You have Beastmaster is basically a completely different hero. So this patch definitely did change a lot. But at this point, I don't know how you guys feel, but going into pubs and watching pubs, it feels like things are much, much more set in stone than they were 2 to 3 weeks ago. Like people really know how to deal with the Warlock. People know how to deal with the Beastmaster, even though it's been nerfed. It's like people are getting better at dealing with it in the small way that you could. So things are definitely set in stone now, as opposed to before.
Would you agree with that, Suns fan? I mean, by that logic, it would make it sound like a patch C, D, E, or whatever we're on may not be necessary, or at least a big one may not be necessary at the conclusion of the season before we head into the major.
Yeah, I mean, there will be, I'm sure, something small. I mean, the water runes, they keep getting nerfed. Maybe they just get rid of that. I mean, mid
Let's
lane
go
just
back.
feels super easy, man. I don't know how you guys feel in your pubs, but my goodness, if I can win a lane by myself, who's probably the worst, that's my least impressive showing it just in general in Dota is my laning stage.
No,
if
it's
I can
not.
win consistently mid, don't listen to
You're
Jenkins. If I can
equal
consistently
across
win
the
mid, that needs
board.
to be nerfed.
Negative.
That's not
Dakota?
very nice, Jenkins.
Okay, well, don't steal my goddamn farm. How's that sound?
Well, yeah, fair enough. We'll take a peek
Carry
at what I
Abaddon.
believe is going to be the standings. Yes, and because of this win by Quincy Crew, they are now neck and neck with Undying, sporting that 4-0 record. Evil Geniuses only got to play the 3 series, and I believe next week they are set to play 2 series. And I don't think they're 2 easy series either. So sitting comfortable on a 3-0 for now. But Suns fan, Zoomers, now 2 and 3. I know you're the voice of this team, but it looks like they're okay to at least remain in the upper division. Your fan bundle has life to continue in season 3. But what should they try to get out of the rest of the season, if anything?
Well, they need to continue to win to make sure that they don't disband, because you can't disband when there's a team bundle coming soon to a Steam store near you. Remember, they might be a little bit, sad after this loss because they're not going to get top 2 in all likelihood. But, most people buy bundles and cosmetics for the actual cosmetic. They don't care about supporting the teams. They don't give a shit about that. They buy it for the amazing voice work and artwork that will soon come to the Steam store, gentlemen. Really looking forward to that.
Capitalist swine. Oh, sorry. My mic was unmuted.
Yep.
They should probably also stick together because there is TI qualifiers happening after that, and you may end up losing that precious spot if you decide to change up your roster too much. Not sure the litigations on that one, but you may not want to shuffle things too severely there. But I'm going to shuffle things up a bit and introduce you to my good friend over here. That's right, over my shoulder, it's XPG. That's the Gunmetal Xenia notebook. Take it all in, folks. Gunmetal doesn't get more American than that. The XPG sporting a 2060 graphics card. Mwah! It's a beautiful thing. And you have an opportunity to get one yourself, and an opportunity to support not just these sponsors, but an opportunity to support North American dudes. That's right, because we need the sponsors. We don't got these luxury cars and flights and Dubai type sponsors. We have trusty good XPG, the real gaming hardware supporter there. We have the Gaming Lifestyle Ultrabook to win, and also an opportunity to get the Summoner Gaming Keyboard. Everything coming with some BTS merch on that front. Jenkins, the Gaming Lifestyle, you live it every freaking day, but how could it possibly get better if you had that notebook?
If I had that notebook, there is possibility that what I would do is, this is not going to be an epic monologue. Get that goddamn camera right now. I would melt it down into its basic components. And I believe I would
please don't damage the sponsored good. Jenkins. Okay.
The device. And I believe because this is such a small, pristine, beautiful device, you can see it was very compact. this consumption would not take very long. I could do this in about a week, and that would be dinner for me for about the week.
And you'll be dead within moments after. But
No,
at
I
least
won't.
you've lived the gaming lifestyle
Yeah.
through and through, and we appreciate that. Take it all in, folks. There it is. Get yourself a
That
Xenia
is what we
gunmetal
call a
notebook.
degenerate.
I can't.
Good
Please.
shit.
My
All right,
parents are watching. Please.
On a more fun, light note, I do get to send everybody out to a short break, but with something fun here. We had, of course, a fun little question of the week. I know a lot of you follow a lot of these players on streamers and pro play and are always curious, what do they listen to get themselves amped up for these games? Well, let's hear what they had to say.